So I'm all done with this weekend's upgrades. As always, whenever we embark on these types of things, something always gets in the way. I found that whenever I have to reboot any of the key components in my rack, something always seems to get sideways. But all back up and running at this point, and figured I'd just do a quick tour of the back of the rack as it stands right now. So starting from the top, you can see that we have an orange Pi, which is not connected at the moment. Below that's an Android TV box, which I don't really use all that much. We've used it for digital signage in the past, so I like to be able to have it as a device that I can use for testing. Below that, we've got the back of the Synology. 3 of the 4 network ports on it are connected into my main LAN, and then I do have the 4th one connected to a virtual LAN, a VLAN, that's set up for my ESXi home lab. In the corner here, you can see this is what I use for wireless at my house. This is Open Mesh OM5P wireless access point. I use Open Mesh a fair amount in my day job. I like their products. I like the cloud management features that they offer, and it's worked fine here at the house. So I've removed the fans from the rack case because I haven't really been using them, and it just ended up kind of being that the wire management at this point kind of lent itself to just using the hole where the fan used to be to bring out a bunch of different cables here. Some network connectivity. There's some different power cables for mostly for Pis, whether it's the 0 Pi or the orange Pi that was up on top here. I play with the Raspberry Pis enough to where that makes it pretty functional. Eventually we'll have the other part of the cluster will sit up here on top of the rack next to the Synology for home lab purposes. And then moving down, we just got a bunch of wiring here. I'm not gonna waste time going into that all that much. Here's the hypervisor. You can see that I'm using, I've got a quad NIC Intel card in there. And then there's 2 onboard NICs for the motherboard. So we have 6 different network adapters to play with as far as my main virtualization station. And part of this upgrade was also, I have an old NVIDIA graphics card on the motherboard. So I've put a DVI to HDMI adapter in there and run it up to the HDMI switcher so that I can get at the post boot screen for ESXi. That'll be it for the back. We're gonna switch around to the front, and we'll give you a look at how everything turned out there.